responsible. Good morning and welcome to MightyOxTrading. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's had a great night. Ready for a great day. Morning, Crypticon. It's actually the same entrance or intro music that I've had for over a year. No. I mean, the 15-minute stuff, the stuff leading up. Yeah, that's the same stuff I've been using for a year. Anyway, let's look at the markets overnight. We came down hard yesterday, and then we're bouncing here. And now kind of flat. ES 67.11 is the low. And it looks like the high would be 67.28, so it's about 17 points in range. NQ 810 up to 913. I can do that math. That's 103 points in range. Copper just took a big drop. About 100 ticks in range. Ultra Bond just took a big drop. Something happened? Percent speaking, I don't see anything else. How you doing, Crypt? How's your gold doing? Speaking of gold, a little bit tighter range than normal, but about 30 points. Crude oil, about 95 ticks, it looks like, on the upside. And Bitcoin sitting at 113.26. 113. Whatever I'm trying to say. Anyway, that's where we sit staying there, whatever body posture you're choosing to take today, as we prepare for another great day in the market. And yeah, my charts aren't moving. I gotta log out, log back in. Damn it. That's not doing it either. What the? Try that. There we go. Okay, now we should be good. Excellent. Glad to hear that. Continue working that, Crypt. ATR right now is 3.9. What's the leader right now? A little bit nice move up here. We saw a big move down there for the last hour. It kind of bounced in about 20 minutes ago, bounding upwards, eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they say can't be done. I'm just kind of watching. News this morning. I'm not sure we have any. Start spreading the news. Crude oil inventories. U.S. new home sales at 10. Crude oil inventories at 10:30. That's all. So not a lot. Kind of stagnant at the moment.
Comes down a bit. Dow's rising. Yes, with an interesting blue candle there. Pulling down here just a tad, breaking below the 9. Alright. Train. I hear that train a coming. Quiet morning so far, besides the train. They're at 30 on the RSIs. Watching that. There's a drop.
Order filled.
What the heck? What did I do? Actually, I just took a short. And I'm gonna get out.
Order filled.
I should have stayed in. I ended up. I ended up getting a tick. Or 2 ticks. Or something. I have no idea. Got no idea what just happened there, but okay. I should have stayed in. So apparently, whatever I did to accidentally enter that trade, I should have just went with it because I would have got a 5-point win. Done. Hey, Jay. That was awesome. I would have stayed in the trade. Morning, JC. How are you? Doing good? C60's popping a little bit there. Sorry to hear that, JC. Not a fun way to wake up. Morning, MR. I did. I was looking at it. It doesn't look like it sends that its signals are a lot fewer than what mine give if by looking at their screenshots. Hey Czar, we're good. How are you?
Order filled.
Took a long here. Just looking for 4 points. Might have been a mistake. Looks like it was a mistake. A good kind. And I'm also on the wrong risk parameters, but that's okay. And it bounced right off that 9 EMA. Oh, it's trying to come back up. Hey, Jay. How you been, my friend? MR, do they have any kind of way I can try that one out without paying for it first? Don't they tie that to NinjaTrader machine ID? No, not yet, Crift. Oh, okay. I'm doing pretty good, Jay. Lots going on in the world of Mighty Ox Enterprises. So what's next for you, Jay? I should get out of this trade. It's gonna stop me out. Morning, Amelia.
Order filled.
So I took the stop there, as I knew we would.
Of course, now it's popping back up. We have no 8:30 news today.
Sitting right on this 9 EMA on the 1. You guys aren't seeing the 1, you're seeing the 2.
Yes, that's correct, MR. Hey, Stumps, how you doing?
Not really much going on right now.
Morning, Robin. How are you? Doing good? This looks to be setting up for another repeat of yesterday morning where we had absolutely nothing going on. None of these can now. This one looks like this one's working, but that blue candle did not give me confidence.
And you can see why it didn't give me confidence.
And remember, guys, that a week from today, we could be facing a government shutdown.
There's a blue candle pop.
Order submitted.
I'm long, but I'm late on that one. So I should check to make sure it's showing up. It is. Good.
Morning, John.
Order filled.
Okay, so I'm stopped out.
Order filled.
Damn it. This isn't going well.
John, I saw that. It's the biggest collapse ever in the division era.
Oh, we're going backwards. I love it.
And down we come.
It'll pop back up. And we're pushing downwards. So that purple candle is going to end up working. No, I didn't see any of it. I was watching the Phillies have their own small meltdowns. John, did you see the ball and strike challenge systems coming to MLB next year? And Q definitely on a struggle bus to do any movement here. I think it's just because the umps are getting worse. Well, they got the best record in baseball. Phillies are trying to catch them this week for that best record in baseball, but
Now, 8 minutes to the top of the hour. See you, JC. Sorry to hear that, man. Not a lot going on. Guess I'll cook up my turkey dinner. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. This is, yeah. This is like a repeat of yesterday morning, but Pal's not on the docket today. Dude, seriously. Blue candle. See how it finishes.
Order submitted.
Oh. Whoa, things just got wild.
Order filled.
I took a 2-point win there. I'm not sure what caused that quick whip up, whip down, whip back up. I would have got my full profit target, but what the heck's causing that? What is this gyrating all of a sudden? Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't huge, but it was like, it was whipping up and down. It was kind of like, a mini CPI or micro CPI. Not seeing anything. You don't make this easy. Coming back down. Another blue candle. But also hitting white, so not interested. Eddie, I need you to move. I'm cooking. Oh, God, you gotta go. I love you, but go. Seriously, come on. I'm gonna burn my food. That was a weird whipping around, and I don't see any reason for it.
other maybe someone like Fat Finger something or something. And the volume exploded there on that minute candle. We went from the candle before that wildness, our volume was 95. On that candle, our volume was 2,640. Dropped down to 887 on the next candle, and now we're back down to 123. I don't know what caused that volume spike, but a little bit wild. I like my NQ just a little on the wild side.
Sorry about the noise. I apologize. Mute while I get this food out.
So it did pop a little based on that volume, but not a lot. Morning, Ace. No problem, John. Don't let it happen again. No. You just kind of rise up here. Finally broke out of the range we've been in for the last hour.
Dude, I have the same thing every day. I don't know why you sit here expecting something different. ATR still under 4. I mean, under 5. Morning, USC Sun. Big purple pullback. Hey, Platt, how you doing? What do you mean freezing, Ace? Maybe it's just sitting there? Because we really haven't had a lot of movement this morning.
We all just got excited about like a 5-point pop on NQ. Yeah. Solid blue candle here on the 1. By solid, I mean all 3 points. Yeah, I think you prefer cold weather over hot weather, right, Ace? Just the impression I've gotten. Yeah, the same way. Tried to take this trade, for some reason the button didn't press. I gotta start using my Stream Deck. It's healthiest to sleep in a cold room. It activates brown fat. Yeah, they say optimal sleeping temperature is 60 to 65.
Full candle pop. Struggling with 9. Eddie, why are you standing on my tummy? I like to finish my food. Big candle. Might be the biggest candle we've seen this morning.
Order filled.
I like to manage this trade, Eddie. I mean, that's going to go against me. Thank you.
Order filled.
Out. Morning, JJR. How are you? And they'll still be there tomorrow. And today's been a kind of a tough trading day so far. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. See you, JJR? I mean, theoretically, there are mausoleums where you're laid to rest above ground. Sideways here as we head toward the bell. How soon? I mean, how big's your stop, Ace? I mean, do you have enough room for it to go against you without blowing the account with that many contracts? Six ticks, 75 hours, 75 times 6 is 225. I mean, yeah, you should be fine. They're called cars because back before we had things like NQ and equities and all that, when futures were just actual commodities, they were the amount that from a futures contract would load up train cars.
Two minutes till the bell.
I'm choking. Dang. Good morning, Tio. Monday night, the return of the Monday evening streams. Unless I choke to death. Yeah. If I choke to death, then Tio's hosting. Yeah, Asia. Yeah, Asia, yes. Like the middle of the night for you, I guess, MR. Sorry, I accidentally left the 2-minute thing up there. Probably because I was choking. Big pop here at the bell. And by big, I mean all of 11 points. 7:30 Eastern to 9:30 or 10 Eastern, somewhere. We'll play the ending by ear depending on how much activity there is. And there's a drop. Wow. We're going whoosh. $9.13 overnight high, $8.10 overnight low.
Nice, Ace. It's the third trade this morning, Ace. It's harvest time. Big fall here, heading toward the low day. About 20 points off of it. Failure on my part for not taking that long right there. I should have. Still being too hesitant.
Which way does it want to go? I don't know where we're going. How we know where we've been. Excellent, Ace. Gosh darn it. Green candle popping back up. Nope. Back down. You're getting there, Ace.
Order filled.
We're long. We're getting screwed.
Order filled.
Damn it! Nothing seems to be going right today. You gotta be fucking kidding me. There's still commission, Ace. You just don't see it. You're being charged about $3 per contract. It's just NinjaTrader don't show it on a Rhythmic account. It's actually one of the lower in the prop industry. Oh, is it 4 now? Okay. Oh, that was down all of a sudden. To have a tiny bit of news coming up in 15 minutes. I don't expect it to move the market much. ATR is still only 12. Yeah, it's owned by the guy that owns Legends prop firm. Tio, have you checked to make sure Amelia's not like next door? She said hi earlier. She keeps the stream muted a lot. Okay, continuing downwards. Oh, whoosh. That's a low day. There's your low day touch trade. So we've already broken the low of low of yesterday's 780 on NQ. We're at 787 now. If we break that, then the low of Monday was 748. Hey, did you just vomit behind my chair? When I push my chair back, am I going to roll through it?
Order filled.
Long here. Uh-oh. Okay.
Order filled.
Well, I got 6 points on that. I should have got more, but Ninja froze up on me for a second. At least I got a win. All right, Ninja's totally froze it up on me. Anyone else freeze up on Ninja or Tradovate or I think I'm back now. News coming up in less than 5. I don't know. That was weird. Blue candle possible trying to pop here. Fighting with that 9 EMA on the 2.
Order submitted.
Long. Struggling with that 9 on the 2. News in about 90 seconds. Looks like it's rejecting off that 9, unfortunately. Maybe not. Come on, pop back up for me. No. There we go. I'm getting a white. There we go. There's the push.
Order filled.
Boom, target hit. So 14 half to 24 half, a 10-point trade there. Right before news. Now we're starting to cook. ATR still only sitting at 13 right now on the 1-minute chart. Just figured out my dividends for the week. $554, not bad. I have ETFs that pay dividends. Ace. One pays, I got one that pays weekly and a few that pay monthly. I'm in Alti, 2,000 shares of Alti is my biggest one. That's about a little over 9 cents a share each week right now. I'm in Misty, MSTY. That's a monthly payer. I have 366 shares of that, and it's paying $1.01 this month. And then there's a few others I have smaller positions in.
Order filled.
Long on this blue candle. A little scary because it was a big candle. ATR still 14. Drop our target down a little. Yeah, bro.
Order filled.
Took the win there at 8 points. Because we're in the white. And so Alti on 2,000 shares pays me right now about $185 a week. So it's 376, about 640 a month if there's 5 weeks, and obviously another week in there. Misty was actually down. They were paying about $1.50 a share. Now they're about $1 a share. That one, is a little, kind of depends on what BTC does and all that. There's a few others. Tio sending code KMLJ. Sorry, I already saw it, Tio. If I know exactly how it works, bro. And all I know is that I'm on pace to do very well with them. Don't always believe everything you read. Plus, there's plenty of stock advantages to the way that they do their distributions versus a regular dividend. It's not a scam. Gold popping up here after a choppy time. Choppy time. Sounds like a terrible kid's funhouse. Greg Trades YM is the one that turned me on to these ETFs. He's brilliant with these things.
Right now, I have about $22,000 invested in the ETFs, and right now it's bringing in about $1,700 to $1,800 a month, which means in less than a year, I will have made back my entire investment, and it's all house money from there. And because of the way they do distributions, very little of that needs to be taxed. Well, I wouldn't spend much with you, Ace. You don't drink beer. I'm actually, as part of the revamp of MightyOxTrading, I might actually give weekly updates to the dividends on like a Twitter post or whatever. Nice, John. Very nice. Once USC once John DeFore returns to John. Sorry, wrong John. I don't know why I said John DeFore. I apologize. Once Greg trades YM, not sure how I mixed up Greg and John. Once Greg trades YM returns to form, he's really the one that knows so much more about this than I do. Like I said, he's the one that started talking about this a little bit on the Discord. We'll try to get him on a stream at some point. Maybe he can do an evening stream of one of the Monday evenings and talk about these a little bit more. Connor, who you guys know, my computer builder and all that, he's big into him as well. He has almost as much alti as I have. Yeah, I don't drink either. I've never been drunk. And we are just blah here again on NQ. I think John offered just give us all part of his 8K. He says he was so proud of sharing his 8K. Nice, USC. Very nice.
Order filled.
Taking the long off this blue candle. Brought the target down to 29. Struggling though. Come on. There we go.
Filled.
Target hit. Didn't go for a big target there. It's 8.25. But we're back to green on the day. I mean, you could post the link to the sheet in the live stream channel on the Discord if you're comfortable with that, or you know, otherwise it would have to be done individually by direct message. See you tomorrow, USC. Have a great day. Hey, you gained about 1,000 in a couple of days there, Ace. That's pretty good.
Order filled.
Long off this blue candle. And my target at that, it's at the 100 EMA, which is at 8:45, but I'm not afraid to cut it earlier. I'm in at 8:32. Struggles at 8:40. Bounds back. It's like 8:40 should have been my target. Well, 8:39.75. Now coming back down on me to my entry. Fighting the ear. Coming back. Magnetized to my entry here. Looking for a boost up. Shooting for 840 now, which would be a 7.5 point trade. Reduce the risk down to 6 points. Staying calm. Oh, damn it. Turning around on me again. Doesn't look like it wants to head up. Yep, stopped out. Back to right on the day. If it's going to pop on me after moving my stop there behind that other last green candle. No, okay, here it comes. Damn it. Nope, it's popping on me again. Short.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Target hit. Back to green. Should have went for a bigger target on that. That was me being too scared.
Take your time, John. We appreciate it. Just dancing around here. Crude oil inventory is coming up in about 6 minutes. If anybody's trading the black gold, the Texas tea. First thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire.
Order filled.
Just trying to bounce something here. Doesn't seem to want to go lower. Maybe, nope. Oh, out.
Order filled.
Damn it. I got 3 ticks. No, I got a point and a quarter. That was a quick bounce. Blue bounce. Oh, part of me doesn't like it. Part of me likes it. So we're gonna see what happens to it. Yeah, I think the part of me that didn't like it was right so far. RJ did do props, but way back in the day, he did topstep and a couple other things that, like, back when it was a lot harder. Like, way before, I'm talking about, like 8, 10 years ago. Yeah. Thank you for your expert analysis, Burrell. Prop shop I have issues with, but I mean they're lasting and they're okay. But they made a lot of changes really quickly, so I'm kind of waiting them out. Um, I have not checked out Halcyon, or I don't even sure how you pronounce that. Um, but I know Big Woods, who is very active on our Discord and a big part of TFD's group. Did an interview with their CEO, and he seems to really like them, and I trust his opinion.
I need to watch the interview and stuff, but when I see somebody I trust, uh, giving them a chance, then that tends to make me, want to look at them more. Crude oil inventories majorly missed the mark. I swear, I have never seen crude oil inventories come in anywhere near whatever the forecast says. Came in at negative 0.6, and the forecast was positive 0.5. So yeah, I need to check. I need to look into. Guess the first thing I need to do is watch the video so I find out how exactly they're pronounced. Because I spent the first year promoting Phidias as Phidias before learning how the proper pronunciation was.
Ooh, that's a big drop right there. 15 points. Yeah, the inventories came in at negative 0.6, and they expected positive 0.5. I should have taken that purple candle.
Oh, John, I've done more than watch 2 videos on these. I've watched well over 200 hours of content on the various ETFs, especially Alti. Um, all I do all day while trading is having YouTube up. If it's not baseball card stuff, it's not nutrition stuff, it's financial stuff. So I've done my homework. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I am not advising anybody to follow what I do in my dividends, my ETFs, or trade how I trade in any way. But yeah, I've done more than just watch 2 videos and then come to say that these aren't what I think they are. So please, if you have expert analysis, that's wonderful. But you're making it seem like I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, and I take offense to that. Wait, when did your algo start with CL? How many different things does your algo trade, John DeFore? Oops. I'm curious about your algo, John. If it's in like CL, does it stay out of everything else, or can your algo be in multiple assets at once? And do you know that they changed the strategy of Alt? First of all, it's Alty, ULTY. So I don't know if you looked up the right symbol. And I'm sure you know that they changed their strategy from a monthly payout to a weekly payout, and that they changed the whole prospectus back in February to. So I'm sure you know all that, right? In this expert analysis you're giving us on Alty. John, are you running that on a prop account, or are you running that on what are you running your algo on? I guess my question is how do you make sure it doesn't go over the amount of total amount of contracts that it can trade on that account? Or I guess is what I'm just curious. Yeah, if you looked up ALTY, you totally looked up the wrong ETF. I've never heard of that one. Global X Alternative Income ETF. Yes, ULTY. Started off as a monthly dividend payer. And now it's a weekly. And its price stabilized once it went to a weekly payer. It goes between 650 and 550. Again, do not do anything based on what I'm saying, because obviously there's risk. There is always downside risk.
And yes, there is NAV erosion, but the dividend at this point is paying much more than what the NAV erodes. What list is that, John? Again, you're using ALTY, and I'm talking about ULTY, and I've already said that. You're not even looking up the right freaking ETF, John. I don't care what the price of the ETF is. I care about the freaking dividend. Figure out what 9 cents a share is weekly for 52 weeks. How much money is that? Right now, a share of Alti is $5.65. At $9 this week, it paid 0.0926 per share. Oops. Why did that's why my calculator. I have no idea why he's looking up ALTY, because I never even heard of ALTY. So in 52 weeks, just at this current dividend per week, it comes out to $4.82, which means it's about 85% of the current price of Alti. Just a few weeks ago, it was paying 10 cents a share. It's down slightly. It went down to 9 cents. It's back up to 9.2 cents. So in about, at most, 65 weeks, you've made it's 100% back. ULTY. So I think we should ban politics, religion, and my dividends, because obviously some people get offended because they prefer to just do nothing and work their entire life, and then maybe they'll earn $6 today on NES. All I know is I'm making $1,700 a month on my dividends. Within the next 6 months, I'll be making $4K on my dividends. And if everything else goes to absolute crap, I can live off that. Sometimes, every now and then, I tend to understand CFT a little bit more. Okay, and Mr. Eddie, why are you throwing up again? Starting to get worried about you. The fact that you did it right behind my chair, which means I need to figure out how to slide out of this desk. They update that list weekly. Because, John, you come across as a know-it-all. You do it on the Discord, and you do it here. I love you, John. You're a great guy, but lately you've been coming across as you know everything, and you know exactly what's right for everybody else. But it's not like you're sitting there retired. I'm sorry, but it's just I've had other people say the same thing to me from your way you've been acting on the Discord lately too. It's like you're this great financial guru all of a sudden, and you're not. Neither am I, but I don't try to play the part on TV. I have Alti, I have Misty, and then I have smaller, really small amounts of a few others. Oh, I have Hoy too, Hooy. That was the one that paid me big last week. That's a monthly payer. Do I have anything? Good question. Honestly, I don't remember. Here's what I have. Here's my entire list. Give me 1 second while I bring it up. Since NQ's doing absolutely nothing here. I have Alti, I have MST, which has done absolutely horrible with its nav. That one has absolutely been trashed for me. I have IMST, only have 10 shares of that. I have HOOY. That one I have 60 shares, and that one's the one that paid me big last week. I was like $3.80 a share this month. I have MSTY. I have CONY, Coney. I have Fiat, FIAT. It's kind of a hedge. And that's it. That's what I have right now. Alti is 45% of my holdings. ULTY, Platt. Maybe you think you're coming across as debating, Burrell? You're coming across as I watched 2 videos and you guys don't. This isn't what people think they are. That does not sound like a debate to me. I mean, if I've spent months researching this stuff. You come in saying I've watched a video from one accountant and one financial advisor, and all of a sudden you come across as making it seem like I'm here trying to lead people down a wrong path. I'm not telling anyone to buy any. All I did was I mentioned what my dividends were today. And yeah, and my goal is not to convince anybody to do anything that I'm doing. I just think it's cool. It's been talked about on the Discord a bunch. You know, Greg Trades YM talks about this stuff way more than I do, and I guarantee you he would defend it way more passionately. Well, no, because he would just say it's not worth his time to debate things like this. Probably, he's smarter than I am. What the hell is a Dallas Fed energy survey? Dallas Fed survey, companies expect a West Texas intermediate oil price of $63 per barrel at the end of 2025. Well, it's been pretty much around that entire, that's nothing to tell you. Oh yeah, looking at YM. Holy crap! Yeah, I mean, well, it's kind of doing what NQ's doing too. It seems a slight tighter range there. I mean, everything's kind of choppy. Even gold's kind of choppy. Gold is choppy in a slightly downward direction, but everything's just ugly today. Greg was in the Navy for 20 years. And right now he's dealing with some major health issues, which is why he hasn't been around. I was looking at LFGY today. LFGY came in at like a huge dividend for a weekly payer. John. So there you go, John Burrell. Two bankers are investing in YMAX, or well, not YMAX, Yield Fund, whoever they are. Yield Max. There we go. Yeah, LFGY came in at for a weekly payer at 51.2 cents a share for a weekly payer is absolutely amazing, and the share price isn't even that much. It's like $36. And I suppose you know all the tax benefits that go with the distribution like that, John? The fact that I'm not going to be paying hardly any taxes on these dividends? I suppose you know that too, right? Distributions, technically they're distributions and not dividends. When distributions are classified as return of investment, return of capital, then you do not need to pay taxes on them. Only when a distribution is considered a dividend do you have to pay taxes on them. So not only could I be getting my complete investment back within a year. Now I drip. I reinvest all of mine, so I'm not technically getting it back. I could use it as income eventually, I might. But unlike, if you get a dividend from, say, Ford or whatever company, Johnson & Johnson, you're paying taxes on that dividend.
I'm not going to be paying hard. I mean, there's going to be a little bit of tax, but most of what I'm getting on from these dividends is not adding to my tax burden. And you're wrong, John, but you come across as perfect and right. So, you know what, John? Maybe it's time that you're not part of this community. Continue going your 9 to 5 for the next 40 years, Mr. Burrell. It doesn't. But eventually, something just wears on people enough that they finally reach a breaking point. Wait, they faked brownouts? He's passing along opinions as if they are fact, and that's what I have a problem with. Based on watching 2 videos. Don't let him watch 2 videos on surgery or he'll be working on your pancreas. And yet they still figure out a way to totally kill the company. The worst part about the Enron disaster is they were the original name of the Astros ballpark, and the Astros ballpark is a hitter's park. So everyone, instead of calling it Enron Park, everyone called it 10-Run Park. For someone who doesn't drink, Ace, you've really brought up beer a lot today. I've been watching the wrong chart this entire time. I've missed multiple good trades. Although that one would have hurt. So that one would have been good. That one would have been good. That one would have hurt. What the heck? My NinjaTrader charts froze up again.
All right, there we go. Anyway, I want you here, Burrell. I don't want you to leave. Just stop acting like a know-it-all, please. That's all I ask. Nobody here should be expressing their opinions as facts, including me. And I don't. I try. If I ever do that, someone should call me out as well. 100%. The other week, someone called me out for the noises that came across the mic on the stream, and I've done everything I can to correct that to make sure that didn't happen again. People call me out on things all the time, and I try to very respectfully take those opinions and decide if there's something that can be done about it, or if if I'm presenting something wrong, I try to look at that and change it. I am not trying to get rid of anybody, and I try to make everybody happy way too much. I didn't, Amelia. I didn't call you out. I have never told who said that, and I wasn't trying to call you out. I understood what you said. When something's said to me in private, I keep it in private. That's the other thing. I respect you all. Obviously, I've already talked about the audience is down, so I actually appreciated you saying something, Amelia, because my goal is not to annoy people. I think there's only one person that's ever been in this stream that I attempted to actually annoy. His name starts with a G. But I'm not trying to pull a CFT and kill my brand. That's not my goal. I'm not trying to turn people off. It's not my goal at all. But in the same token, in case in the thing with John, again, he was presenting stuff as fact based on 2 videos he watched in between taking calls, I'm assuming at work, and making it seem like he knew everything about a ticker that he was the wrong ticker even. And yeah, that I just like I used to call G-Man out for acting like a know-it-all. I will call somebody out if they're acting like that, and I apologize for that. I respect you all. You've all been wonderful to me, and my goal is not to upset anybody. But my goal is also to, run a stream that where people respect one another and they offer opinions versus facts. And even Ace can even attest to this. Me and Ace, I consider us good friends, even though we've never met face to face. But when he starts going a little bit too much on his, certain things aren't real or certain things, whatever, I will tell him to dial it back because just because.
CFT has given me no way to talk to him. I mean, he's deleted his Discord account, even deleted his alt account. He doesn't check email. He doesn't. There's no way to contact him. The only way I could contact CFT is if I got a passport and went up to Canada and looked for the Jeep. No. He's still making snide comments on Twitter, Platt. His latest Twitter post, and honestly, his posts are wearing on me as well. First of all, Kimmel fans are the type of guys that trade micros. Real pros be trading corn and UB, but everyone in love with Get Rich Quick and QNES because they suck at trading. If you ever want to actually make money, consider following a pro. Most streamers suck. Trading time for a few bucks. Up your game, NPCs. Apex Forever #1. Don't miss out on how I made my millions, paupers. YouTubers are such trash. Learn to trade for real and have a life. If these were all one day, I would agree with. I mean, and maybe he's just, maybe, I don't know, but these are all separate days. It's like a bad heel turn in wrestling, really. It's not. Well, I mean, there's some. I know for a fact he kept trying with Earn to Trade. We always called it the Earn to Trade curse. He could not get paid from Earn to Trade.
Order filled.
I know he's gotten payouts from Apex, but he doesn't even trade prop accounts anymore. So it's not even. He trades his own accounts, but he admitted all his money comes from affiliates. He, in his drunken rant that night that he went totally off the deep end, he told everyone right out, I've made $5 million in 3 years from being an affiliate. His money has come mostly probably 90 to 95% from being an affiliate, not from being a trader. And now he's trying to make it sound like it all comes from trading. That chaps me a little bit, because that's selling. I would never do that. That's false. I don't know what the term is, but yeah. I took a loss here on a bad trade. They're from Propfirm payouts. Everything, any of the big stuff you see is from props, from affiliate payouts. Sorry, affiliate payouts. So you got to understand what set him off this time. He's taking his whole family, his mom, his dad, his brother, a bunch of other people to Europe to watch the NFL. Maybe that was even this coming week. I'm not sure. And his mom said,
to him, wow, that's a big thanks to all the failed traders. It was a big hit on him being an affiliate and making money from failed traders. And that's what set this whole downward spiral off. And I tried hard when he first told me that to try and head this off, and he just kept drinking and kept going. So that's why I'm trying to give him grace, because somebody hurt him badly and made him question his identity, basically. And I overstayed my welcome and took the short trade there a long trade there I shouldn't have, and went red. So I that's why I try to give CFT grace. But there's just so much grace you can give. I don't know if she wasn't proud. Oh, I have a fake ox I need to ban. Haven't had one of those in a while. So anyway, I've already overstayed my welcome by about 10 minutes and probably pissed a whole bunch of people off. So yep. And I tried to get him to stop drinking that night before it got out of hand, because I knew that was going to be bad. Plat. I tried so hard to try and figure out what to do. But it's not like I have his phone number. I couldn't call him or anything to try and talk him down. I tried on Discord until he just finally shut me out, and watched the meltdown as it happened, and then started contacting a couple of his prop partners to try and smooth things over so he wouldn't lose his affiliate accounts. So I tried my best to protect him in every way I could, because of everything he's done for me in the past, and because I know his true heart. I know he's a good man, and I did not want to see him self-destruct. Well, I actually know his legal name. We could you can say about how stupid props are as you're trading Apex, and I can come back at you about that, Ace. I do have a way I could send him messages. I have his PayPal. I could be sending him $1 by PayPal with a paragraph, and then send him another $1 with another paragraph, and another $1 and another paragraph. When he was in Canada, it's really only about 76 cents. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Later on, I will see if I can smooth things over with Burrell and try and move on from here. Wonder how many other viewers we lost today, and I should have just kept my mouth shut, honestly. I should have, but eventually things just wear on you. But anyway, hope everyone has a great day, and we shall see you tomorrow. Bye.